Now we have reached the end of the Spyro Trilogy, and man has it been fun. I always love revisiting these games for their open area gameplay, gem collecting, and memorable casts. So now here we are, game number 3. How does this one compare to its predecessors? Well, let's find out. So Spyro 3 for me, kind of similar to my thoughts on Crash 3. This is a game I had very limited experiences with as a child, but at that time, it wasn't as memorable as the second game in the series to me, and that's no hate to the game, but at that time, I don't know, I just preferred the second game despite all the improvements this game made over the formula. Now that I've replayed all 3 games, did my opinion change? Let's see. So starting with this game's story, Spyro and the gang are celebrating due to the new dragon eggs being delivered to the world of dragons. This event only happens once every 12 years, hence the name, Year of the Dragon. Anyway, we have a new character named Bianca who is a beginner sorceress. She steals all the dragon eggs with the help of her henchman called the Rhinox. Bianca delivers the eggs to her boss, the real sorceress, and now Spyro, Sparks, and Hunter must travel to the Forgotten Lands to retrieve all the dragon eggs. Crazy. The plot is pretty straightforward and shares many similarities to the first game in more ways than one. We are back to rescuing dragons, so there is no more talismans and orbs. We also meet other playable characters along the way. More on them later. In terms of gameplay, Spyro controls the way you expect him to. He has his signature flame, charge, and glide abilities. Also, all the moves you learn to Spyro 2 are unlocked from the very start. Gems make a return, so if you like collecting these little shiny things, there's plenty of them to go around. Alongside those elements, Spyro 3 adds tons of playstyles inspired by other genres. The game does this by introducing Spyro's animal buddies, Sheela the kangaroo, Sergeant Bird, Bentley the Yeti, and Agent 9. You unlock these guys by paying Moneybags. Yes, he makes a return as well. Not as annoying as he was in Spyro 2, but he's still here. Ugh. Each character has their own unique abilities and gameplay styles. Sheela is pretty much a more capable Spyro. She can high jump and ground pound enemies. Her jumps make platforming way more fun. Sergeant Bird is a bird with a love for ammunition. You spend most of the level flying around shooting things with missiles and dropping bombs. Bentley is a powerhouse character. Packs a punch, but moves very slow and his jumps are very limited. Agent 9 plays like a shooter, both third person and first. Very fun. You can also play as Sparks in these top-down shooting levels. I honestly found these levels pretty challenging and fun to play. Each Spark stage has a boss of some sort waiting for you. I had the hardest time with the second stage boss. I don't know what it is, but he was just annoying. Spyro also has more ways to interact with the stages. Some of these side missions have Spyro in a tank, on a skateboard, and even participating in races. Speedways also make a return, and you guys know I love these stages, so there's definitely no complaints. Your main way of progression is to collect these dragon eggs and make it to the end of each stage. You can collect dragon eggs by simply finishing a stage and doing side missions within that level. You would need a certain amount of dragon eggs to reach the final boss, so collect as many as you can. Just like Spyro 2, in between each hub world is a boss. Honestly, these boss fights are not as memorable as the ones in Spyro 2, but still better than chasing in Spyro 1. These bosses are not really that interesting. Even the final boss, it was kinda underwhelming. So if you manage to 100% this game, you could take revenge on Moneybags by essentially robbing him. Yes, and you get access to the secret area where the sorceress has all her treasure. Honestly, after finishing the main game, I just did not bother doing the extra area. I just didn't find it necessary. So, my overall thoughts. I love everything that Spyro 3 had to offer. The level and gameplay variety was a nice addition to the series. I also enjoyed playing as the other animals because it switched things up and helps the game not feel repetitive. Bianca is a great addition to the cast of characters, and I love seeing her and Hunter's relationship develop over the course of the game. The only negatives that I have are the boss fights. I just found them extremely underwhelming in comparison to Spyro 2. I still think Spyro 2 is more of an enjoyable experience, but Spyro 3 is a phenomenal game that is easy to recommend to anyone who is a fan of 3D platformers. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up the Crash and Spyro review marathon. It was a lot of fun replaying both trilogies. It was a lot of fun, going through Crash 1 through 3 and Spyro 1 through 3, just reviewing it for you guys and just, revisiting these games from my childhood. It's always a lot of fun doing that. So next time we come together, we're going to be looking at the Kingdom Hearts series. Naturally, these games are going to take a lot longer to review. They're RPGs, so these games can easily clock in at 20 to 30 hours, but I look forward to writing those reviews and getting it out to you guys. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the reviews, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.